Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is the portion of the afternoon message, things that you could see, hear, or go through, things you can experience in the next 24 to 48 hours. Let me see, it's a collective reading, so it's for the whole entire collective. All right, I don't know how soon after this one I'll come back on for the questions portion. I'm just trying to cleanse the energy and stuff like that. So, everyone's aware. Let me see what else. I think that's all the messages pretty much I have, or the announcements that I have. Hi, Lama. But yeah, so this will just be the daily type collective energy, things that will be going on for the next 24 to 48 hours, however they may play out for you. Okay. I don't know if yesterday's evening reading played out for anybody. I know a few snippets of that played out for me, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay. All right. So let's see. What do you have, please, Spirit, for the next 24 to 48 hours? Let's see. All right. And we're doing the fairies again. This is the Brian Farrell. I don't know why I just call it that. Frowell fairy deck. Okay. So for the next 24 to 48 hours, Spirit, what do we have coming in? What's going on? All right, so we have the Bright Mother. This is the Empress in the fairy deck, trying to achieve the impossible, but also trying to balance to avoid the extreme. Okay, and then you have the Laum, which it looks like there's 3 different characters here. Well, okay, no, I'm getting this is the same. So you could be getting messages here if this is your energy and you're just trying to balance the energy. It's the undressing of the salad. I mean, if you think about it, it's impossible to undress a salad. And then you've got the Laum, which is she's sitting here, she's blue, she's in the fields. And then you have the Sage, which is this is one who sees in both the ether and the earth things. You can see in both realms here with the Sage. Somebody might need to burn some sage. Hi, Lady T. So that could be going on. But this is about patience and retreating. Okay. So what do we have? Clarify this a little bit more, please. This feels like the beginning, like from this going forward for the day. This could play out right away for some. Okay. So you have Mickle the Muckle and the Bodak. This is a meddling energy. This is someone who's like creeping around. It's meddling though when there's others that are trying to play Mickle the Muckle. And then the Pook. Okay. So the Pook energy, this is like a resolution. This is seeing the bad and the good with the bad. And the Piper underneath. Ooh. Look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see. Oh, somebody's trying to see something. Wow, with the key. Somebody's trying to get clarity on a situation. But there's a solution. There's a solution to the problem. Okay. It feels like well, see, and that's the thing too here with this Bright Mother. She's busy as a bee, I'm hearing, but she's busy. She's trying to handle and deal and all of that with new beginnings, and she's holding the ball. And then you've got this in the energy too, trying to balance all of these things. They're balls. It's like balls of energy coming at this one. And it might be that, she's in the fields too, because it's unconditional giving and receiving. But could be missing someone. That could be what it is too. But it's the Laum. Tell me about that energy. What's going on there? See, trying to be gentle. Somebody's trying to be gentle and get a new perspective on things. It feels like it's difficult though, especially if you have a lot going on in the background. Okay. All right. What's going on with the Sage energy that's playing out here? Clarity. There's so much clarity that's trying to come out here. They're trying to pay attention to, like, there's something going on with the details that somebody's unclear of. That's why there's clarity, and they're trying to be gentle about it and trying to remove obstacles, and that's why the puka's out. So if there's something that's going on that is very difficult to get through, there's like a clear mind. What? Having a clear mind to see something. Yeah, it's going to transform it with the death card here. It's like spirit's trying to transform something or bring in a complete renewal. And it's like, it's kind of like, I want to be like, shh, settling down the energy. The energy has to be settled because it feels like if it's not, then the energy is going to keep meddling. Okay. So it feels like going into a quiet place is what that feels like. Okay. So what are the things that we could expect as far as like what's going on here, Spirit? Oh, it's this deck. I do like this deck, but you guys, if you watch enough, you can see this deck is, yeah. But it's probably because it's this is the Phantom. Wow, with the sun here. It's the, what is it? The Phantom Wise Tarot. So it's like kind of like the Phantom. It's stuff that's not being seen. But again, you have a tower with the moon. It's not being seen, but then the sun came out. It's being able to see it clearly. That's what this is kind of trying to talk about. It's like the tower happened because there was things going on that were unclear. And now the sun's out and the Nine of Swords, but somebody's really stressing out over it. What is this? To healing the situation here with the Four of Cups. 44 might be relevant. Crazy. Yeah, it's they're disappointed. They're not seeing something. See, they're sitting down here with all these cups, but they're not looking up to see something. That's why it needs to be rest time, quiet time, because somebody's just looking at the Three of Swords and not picking up the sword to find the clarity, because that's what that is. You've got all these swords up here and the Three of Swords talks about being hurt, but you're holding on to one, which is clarity. That's truth. That's the same thing here, looking at the Three of Cups without looking at the one that's up there. Spirit's trying to show something. What is this? Five of Cups. Oh. So it's heavy energy. It's heavy, heavy energy. Three of Cups. This could be with a friend. The Magician. King of Wands. Actions, the decision. Somebody didn't take action. And the High Priestess. Somebody's wounded or hurt by somebody else's choice and actions that they did. And somebody's stressed out about it. It's like trying to achieve the impossible. But the reason why it's not achievable is because there's not enough time to... I keep wanting to be like, shh. That's what it feels like. It's like almost if there's not... It's like you're not going to be able to listen if you're doing all the talking. That's what this energy feels like. So it almost feels like not to talk and just to observe. Okay. What happens? Yeah, see, then that's when the aha moment comes. That's when the breakthrough comes. That's when something is shown. And then somebody realizes. Okay. The stars. Okay. And then you can move forward. After the stars, which is like the peace. That's what I mean. It needs to be like quiet for a minute. To where peace comes in. And then there's something finally shown. And then you can move forward. And the world, see that cycle, that whole thing is completed. Right. This complicated, right. The complication, hassle, all of that finally gets seen, and you can move past that into a new beginning here, next to a new level here. This just feels like, there's a moment in time where a tower happens, some things happen and go on, and then there needs to be, I keep wanting to say like a moment of silence. There's a moment of silence here that's going on or happening or needing to happen in order for things to be seen and be revealed. Okay. This might have to do, I don't know if it does. If that the one from yesterday played out for you, the evening one, this feels like a aftermath. If not, this could just be the energy that's going on around you right now. And spirit's kind of saying it may be that you're just kind of going quiet. Hi, Alpha Son. Good morning. I hope I said your name correctly. I apologize if I didn't. But this just feels like you might be inactive. The situation is asking for a pause. So something can be seen and somebody feels bad about it. Oh, Alphonse. Oh, okay. Well, hi, Alphonse. Welcome. See, Seven of Swords and Hanged Man and Six of Wands. In this silence, even though you may not know what's going on, the Seven of Wands or the Seven of Swords feels like it's implementing a strategy on how to figure out where to go next. And that's why there's a delay on it. Okay. So if you are not, if it's kind of like not moving, it's because of that. And it feels like because there was so much energy that was going on, it wasn't good. The energy needed to clear. Okay. All right. So moving past that. Yep. This is a general. Yep. It's just basically things that could be going on and happening in the next 24 to 48 hours for you. Okay. All right. So now moving past that energy, because that feels like just a snippet of like what's going to be going on throughout the day. That portion of the day. Okay. I heard that portion. Okay. So then what comes after that, please, Spirit? What do we need to know after that? I keep getting that song. Time is on your side. Yes, it is. I keep hearing that song too. Like it just feels like time. So you got Indy. It's wishy-washy energy. Somebody's like wishy-washy on what they want to do, but it's an inner transformation. Somebody could be wearing like a robe or something that kind of shows it's just like a garment that they're wearing, but it's irrevocable change. Yeah, see, which one do you want? It's the same image here, but this is the fairy godmother, which talks about helpful lessons, it's spiritual lessons. Which one do you want? They're the same images. It's gifts, it's talents, it's grace. It's all of that. You can receive that. It's like, do you want the peach or do you want the crystal ball? Okay. Why did I say that? Can I get more on this, please? And she has two birds. It's an owl. Well, an owl and, oh, interesting. There's someone hidden here. You can see that image there. There's someone hidden, but you have a character up here and then one behind her. There's all sorts of things that are trying to show you. The singer of healing. Wait, what is that one? And the singer of initiation. It's your, okay, so that's the purpose. I think like it's up to somebody to choose to heal a situation or not. Like it's nobody else's responsibility but our own to heal ourselves. And that's why, like, this is like somebody's going through some changes here. And it's interesting because she's got a wand. And normally, like in the Disney movies and stuff like that, it's a fairy godmother that comes in. This feels like spirit's trying to come in and break patterns. That's my point. This is the gnome that breaks bad habits. They're a trickster. They come in and they mess up a bunch of stuff to create chaos for change. It's to change something. And you got this little stinker, like you're on somebody's mind here, heavily on somebody's mind. You can see that. I'm hearing that. I've been thinking about you. It's heavy. You're just thinking. Somebody's thinking, contemplating. The church, or that is not the church. I don't know why I said that. There could be a church by you. Driving past a church. It's the cross, though. It's talking about destiny and spirituality. Somebody is feeling an emotional loss. Okay, what is this? What's going on here? I've been thinking about you. Conviction, sorrow. Tell me more about this, please. So there's more, see, we're still on that. There's more information that needs to be needed. It's needing to see both sides of something. Okay. And then there is effort that is required here with the bellows to get something going. There is effort that is required because, see, somebody feels bad. They have regret. There's baggage. There's burdens. There's all of that. They feel bad. And somebody also could feel cursed or guilt for something. Okay. Being grounded. Somebody's heavily in their masculine energy. This could be a man that's trying to balance out everything, but it doesn't have to be a man. You could be a woman with the masculine energies that's coming forward most. Why did I even say it like that? This feels like I'm sorry. It feels like an apology, like somebody wants to apologize. And then there's the church. Wow. But the church talks about a collective consciousness. It talks about something that's going on in a collective sense. Tell me more about this and this timing. This could be going on between like 3 and 6. Yeah, 3 and 6, 3 and 6. And then you've got the Ace of Wands, and then somebody messages the Wheel of Fortune because they feel guided to. They have the opportunity. See, they're spiritual. It's on a spiritual quest here. They're working on walking away from things. They're trying to be committed. But they did a lot of, it takes, okay, so when this person is reaching out, whether this is you or somebody's reaching out to you, it's taken them a lot of courage. It's really taken them a lot of courage to reach out. But they feel like they need to. 5 of Swords. Page of Swords. 7 of Cups. Because there was confusion, and this could have been like an argument. Somebody said too much that they shouldn't have said. Now I'm hearing that. I should probably go to bed. I should probably hang up my phone. Sorry for the things I've said. Yeah, it feels like that. Yeah, see, just allowing and trusting in the element of spirit. This was all supposed to happen. The book. When it comes to me, whenever I see the book in readings, it talks up to me about like Akashic records, things that were already written, things that were supposed to happen. Because there was something that was like hidden. It was too much of a mystery. And allowing and trusting in divine timing. Like everything has its own timing. And the world, which is like cleaning up, it's a responsibility. It literally says that. Responsibility. So, but it's accomplishments and restrictions. And then there's the balance. Something needed to balance out. Hi, Abrella. Or Arbella. This isn't that questions. This is a collective general reading. It's the afternoon message. So it feels like somebody's trying to meditate. They're trying to go within and create a awareness of wow, I heard, yeah, like equalness, equality. There's a timeout still. There's still a timeout. So you still might be, but then between, I want to say, between like 3 and 6, the energy might switch. And somebody might be looking at something from like oh, okay. The Mountain. Yep. Power struggle. This could be going on over the internet because it's the Milky Way, which talks about like social media, all of that. The Hierophant and breaking free from that. And then you've got the Hanged Man again. So it's like understanding what the delays are. It's breaking free from that. Okay. And then you finally get your clarity. Then you finally see something. So this feels like if this is going to be coming back up from something that might have happened already, it plays out in that first time frame. This feels like the resolution then comes in. That's what this kind of feels like. So if if something was like abrupt or something like that happened, then something comes in to fix it. It feels like conversations. Okay. All right. All right. So then let's go into I'm hearing evening hours. It's in the evening. I keep hearing that, in the evening. After the dust has settled. Okay. After the dust has settled. All of that. This doesn't feel like super heavy though. It doesn't feel like super. All right. So what do you have in the evening, please? Evening. This could be evening or overnight. And let me tell you about my day. Some might want to just tell you about their day. Yeah, see, expressing is the spirit dancer. Self-expression, freedom. That's the masculine. This Solus, which talks about knowledge and being bright, bringing in that big bright light. Okay. And the tail. It's clear sight. This is a Romeo. It feels like they want to just sit and talk, and then you're loving it up here. Hi, Simran. Yeah, it's like you're loving it up. You're listening. Feels like an exchanging conversation, like the energy shifts. Okay, so you've got the Indy, which is the not snowing. It better not be snowing anywhere, but not knowing. And you've got the Bodak, but with the green woman. So somebody, okay, so the green woman might still have, because these came out together, might still have an energy connected. That's like kind of a meddling type of energy. What is this? What's going on here? But it's coming out with the fairy that was kissed by the pixies, which is loved given is loved received. It's a good energy. Okay, there we go. The play. Playing. Somebody wants to play with the dolphins. You're in tune with this person. Whoever you're kind of hanging out with or talking with, these you connect. You could be talking to somebody, talking to friends, something like that, on how to like be more playful, something like that. It's effective communication. There's something that's going on that's effective. Okay. The house. Come on over, baby. And then there's the text. You get the, you want to come over? Making contact. Or if you're already there, you're making contact. Yeah, you're like, things are being illuminated. Things are being shown. There's chemistry here. It's a soul spark. It's seeing the codes. That's why it's like the conscious knowledge here. Okay, so it feels like you're just hanging out and talking and all of that. Yeah, see, there's some things are like, somebody could be talking about like emotions or, whatever. It's like 50-50. Could have been an event. Somebody's talking about an event with you here, like how it went step by step. This is the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energy. Whether it's you doing it yourself within yourself, or you're doing this with another person. For a lot of you, it's going to be that you're doing it with another person because it's giving, it's exchanging the two. Okay. Oh, all right. So this deck. Okay. All right. Tell me more about this. What happens? Yeah. See, you're talking. It feels like gentle, sweet messages. Somebody might have a guitar. They're like playing the strings of a guitar. It doesn't literally have to be, but it feels like they're just kind of, I don't know. It feels sweet. See the Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Swords. Ugh, why is it the 9 of Swords? Somebody might be just really anxious while they're talking. Look, I can't even put the cards right. Thinking the worst. Tell me about this 9 of Swords, please. 4 of Wands, about like a celebration of something that was going on, that was taking place. 4 of Coins. That's that 44 again. And having their guard up. Like this is somebody who's standing their guard up. They're very guarded in a sense. On guard. I'm hearing, yeah. But it's okay. The Fool, yeah. It's okay. It feels like the energy is going to shift. But somebody's waiting for like the worst to play out. It's not going to. months. Big changes are coming. The solar eclipse might be resonating for some. Or you've been going through this with this person since this solar eclipse. Wow. It's the Lovers with the 7 of Wands. It's like it's worth fighting for. This union, or whatever it is, you know it's worth fighting for. It's a union though. So it feels like if there's a person that you've been like kind of going back and forth with, or you notice there's something that goes on with this person during phases, moon phases. You know that. See the High Priestess here? And you're trying to figure out what's going on here. This is, you're figuring it out. You're seriously like, you're starting to figure it out because you've been through multiple phases with this person. And you're just hanging out with them. You're talking. But you also know that there's a pattern, so you are worried that the worst is going to come. But see, no, you have an uncommon bond with this person. You really do. This person, they could feel like family, or they are family, but it's reawakening lost hope. And you're just having a good time. See, you're embracing the change. You're being open. There's a lot of change that's taking place. So it feels like you're just talking to somebody. And there's like so much loving energy that's being exchanged between the two. There could be other people too that's around. If you're like at a gathering or something, there's other people around and there's talking. It feels like good talking. Rising up, rising above this. Okay. And Tower. To the next level. It's balancing out whatever heavy baggage or whatever restrictions were there. They're no longer there. It feels like that's the point. So it feels like fixing all of this. And it's doing it and coming off in a loving way because Teom is like, he's a feeler. He's the romantic guy. He's the poet. That's what they do. They write poets. Hi, Wishta. I hope I said your name right. But that's really what this really feels like. Is this isn't the questions. This is just the collective daily afternoon messages for the whole collective. So basically what's going on and happening in the evening time is just kind of like, it feels like just hanging out and talking and exchanging good messages is what it feels like. It's good messages. It feels like the energy shift from being like tight, and because I can almost feel somebody like walking on like eggshells. It feels like that, tiptoeing around some stuff, the energy, tiptoeing around the energy. And now it feels calmer, which can happen because in the sun energy where everything is like, I don't know. The energy shifts from like day to night because we're in different energy. Okay, so then what about tomorrow? Before we come back live again, what do we need to know? What do we need to know, please, Spirit? I keep hearing all these songs about like friends. Like, let me tell you about my best friend. It's the initiation and going through the gate. It's a passage through a new light. There's a new level that somebody reaches and goes through, and it puts them through a gate. It's the guardian of the gate, which is going through, it's passing through it. It's a new, I don't want to say that. It's a whole new world. There's messages everywhere, it feels like. And then, wow, it's the Singer of Connections. This is a spiritual connection. So much blue. Okay, so tomorrow it feels like you're, like, after everything else played out and happened or whatever, you're going through a gate to a new level of something. That's interesting. Something could be going on in like threes. Because you got 3, 6, 9. Yeah, I'm going to look that up, what the threes are. because it's 3, 6, 9. What is this? Right, because I'm hearing that something marching, hurrah, hurrah. But I want to keep saying 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The ants. Well, ants are colonies, right? They make colonies. What am I talking about here? It's the solace, which is the clarity, work, and teamwork. I heard teamwork is dream work. Wow, and look at that. It's a collective of pixies. This could be family all working together, or like collective tribe, something like that, all working together to get through this gate. Here, it's the same thing. Again, it's passage through the new gate, and somebody has so much gratitude for that. It's the green woman. That's gratitude. That's what she talks about. And then you have solace. She's finally, it's just something's finally seen, and you're able to pass through it. Detached. It's self-reflection. Third person. What? Oh, I just sucked in all my air. The Hierophant with the balance here. Somebody, you could find out that somebody has decided that they're ending something with the third person because they want balance. They're not dealing with that energy anymore. It's too much baggage. Yeah, it's creating. They know that there's effort required here, and so they're done. Judgment. That's their judgment call. And moving forward from that, they're okay. So the judgment is that they're realizing that that was something that they were doing and that was going on, like in the dark, because it's the moon. It's more feelings more than being able to see it and moving past it. Greeting, your Empress, everything. Greetings to you as well. Oh, awesome. But yeah, so somebody's just deciding to finally move forward. And this doesn't even have to be like a third party relationship thing. It could just be somebody's deciding that, because the Hierophant talks about like religion. What? That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say relationships. It could be relationships, but it could be religion. No, it really, really can. And they're deciding to balance it out and not have extra energies around. A third person doesn't have to be romantic. It can be just extra energies. Oh, wow, that's awesome. You heard yes and clicked. Yep. We're going through new passages. It feels like elevation of the soul. That's really what it feels like. And it's moving from, right, it's moving from, your judgment is to have like fundamental change. If you want change, it feels like putting in the effort, you're surrendering. To be like, no, I don't want to be in this moon energy where I'm not being shown anything. I want to move past that. And it's a whole collective that are trying to move something forward for themselves. So they're doing it now. It feels like just doing it. See, they're taking that leap of faith. That's my whole point. I'm tired of being confused. I'm tired of, going through all of this, the toxic energy, the devil here. I'm tired of that. So somebody feels like they're just going to move beyond that, and they're going to take a risk and just go for it. And I keep hearing that, hurrah, hurrah, the ants go marching. And then there's the birds. You hear about it. There's some form of communication that you hear about. They're making contact out of nowhere. Completely out of nowhere. It's the Wolverine, which just pops up. And I heard spills the beans. I thought it was spills the tea. The star. Yep. Somebody wants change. They want a miracle. Oh, the twin flame collective. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the snake. And the mask. See, somebody's realizing that someone is hiding behind a mask. and they're tired of it. They don't want to deal with that anymore. They're betraying themselves. Yeah. Yes, it could be. And oh my gosh, look at your Empress. You are probably right. Although I don't label. I don't. This could be like any type of connection, but it came out with the Lovers right on top of that. It can really, it just honestly, what this feels like is that there's some spiritual connection going on where somebody's tired of somebody constantly doing silent treatment, or it's something they're hiding behind a mask and they're tired of it. It's creating anxiety. So now they are popping up out of the waters. This has been developing over time. It's really emotional, and they're implementing the strategy now. Here with the Archer going right for you, and the Empress with the Libra. Or I'm sorry, I have a Libra texting. 1 second. It's Justice. But I gotta turn it off. Okay, sorry, did not mean to say that. It's so funny. But it's Justice. It's trying to bring in the balance here. To action with the, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that's kind of, it's just, it's relationships. It's like people understanding like what, that's why I was saying what I was saying. That's interesting because you did say that. And I was saying that like with the twin flame thing, it's almost like, and I say this on a lot of them where, hi Isabella. And a lot of them, I do say that because I used to be caught up in that a lot. Like a couple years ago when a lot of people were talking about like the twin flames and all of that. And then people kind of, I mean, they do, some of them can be glorified. They really, really can, but it's getting caught up in that. And with me, especially as a reader, the journey is really about ourselves, and we all have that within us, and aligning that with ourselves. And it's almost like when we're able to do that, then we go through the gate. Because first, you have to have a spiritual connection with yourself. Firstly, you really, really do. And then that's when you start to go through this portal type of a gate. And it feels like if you've been doing that and working on that, then it starts to bring in a collective of people that can do that. It's not glorifying it where it's, finding your twin, and you do not want to find your twin. I mean, you do, but that's the crazy thing too, that a lot of people don't really mention. And I don't know all the answers. I'm still learning myself, but we don't all have a twin. We do not. And it is the factor that those ones, when you come into contact with those, they're meant to rip you open. And no, well, this isn't questions. This is just the daily message for everyone. It's the afternoon message. It's not questions. But those ones are the ones that the twin flame connections are meant. Their purpose is to ignite. I was going to say unite, but is to ignite that within yourself to bring you back center to yourself. You're not meant to really actually be with your twin. And then when it comes to like the soulmates and stuff, and I do that, where I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's a soulmate. Da, da, da. Soulmates are really actually, they're anybody. You have your soulmates that are your kids, they're your parents, they're your best friends. It's all of that. Anybody who is there to help uplift you. And it's really to come center into yourself. That's what spirit wants, is for us to come into that spiritual connection with ourselves. And we all want that, of course, absolutely, but the thing is that you're going to be pulling in what energy you're putting out is the energy that you're going to attract. So it's like the twin, if you really, really have one, because not, like I said, not all of us have a twin. You do what? You pull in their energy? But see, what's the difference? Okay, so we could ask that too. What's the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate? Because they're all supposed to teach you. Yes, yeah, you do. You get to know yourself. And that's really what it is that our energies are self-reflection. That's really what they are. You're reflecting your energy off of somebody else. What you don't like in somebody is something for you to turn and look at. Well, why don't you like that? about that person? Is that something that you should be reflecting and looking at within your own self? It could easily go like that too. I mean, there's so many things. That's why I say that I know and get the things that I do, but I will never say that I know everything because I'm constantly learning and I make mistakes. I'm wrong, and just because I'm interpreting something in a certain way doesn't mean that that's actually correct. No. And that there's a difference between twin flames and soulmates. But how would you really know the difference? Because wouldn't they all technically be the same? You can have a really deep, deep soul connection with somebody. And then if you, okay, like the point that I think I'm trying to make is that when you start to elevate and you are in this place where you are aware of like spirit and what's going on, you're going to start attracting and coming in contact with more people like that. And like with me, I have a really deep knowing and a soul connection with somebody. I do. With that person, is he my twin? No, I wouldn't say that he's my twin. He's somebody that is part of my soul tribe, though. I can definitely say that because a person who is like the part of your soul being and all that, that's like supposed to like help you, they uplift you. They try to help you to, move forward and stuff like that. That's more of that. Um, but you have multiple. That's the crazy thing too. And what it really is to do is to get you to be connected within your true self and who you truly are. And they are to um because relationships aren't supposed to complete you. I know that you see that in movies and stuff, but that's not really typically that's not what they do. They complement your life. They don't make your life. And I'll say that in all of my readings. All of them. I say it to myself a lot of times. It can be a very lonely journey. It can, but you're not really ever technically alone. Me, I'm never alone. I have so many conversations going on in my head half the time, which that sounds bad. I used to think it was really, really bad. Did you mind if I ask a question on the next live? Yeah, I just don't know when I'm gonna come back on. I'm gonna try to today, in a little bit. But I'm still kind of like working through some of the energy from this morning. So, or before the live, actually. But I will try and get back on and do that. Because I want to, try and do as much as I can. But yeah, so it's kind of basically like that. It's kind of I think that's the biggest message because it's been really coming off a lot is that I think that's the first step, especially with me doing this and kind of really starting the channel like I am. I think that's like the biggest part of the journey because everybody's on the journey at their own level and you go about it on your own time frame and at the speed that you go. And I think that that's the biggest thing is that is understanding that it first starts with you, like with me, it starts with me and inside of myself and getting that figured out and working on that. And then when you get so far, and of course, spirit's always going to bring people across your path as long as your energy is matching. And it's up to you to kind of, figure it out because you'll always have clues. That's why it's always a mystery. It's always it's not an easy journey. It's really, really not. And you'll get frustrated. I've been frustrated multiple times. I've gone down so many rabbit holes. You guys don't even know how many different rabbit holes I've gone down trying to figure it out. It's because it's meant to teach you to learn a bunch of stuff. And that's kind of what I've done. And believe me, it's not over. I'm gonna go through probably multiple more rabbit holes, chasing the white rabbit, doing all of that. But each time you do, it's like you take a little bit more of the wisdom with it. So um it's just a lesson or learning the process, a learning thing, and you pick up and understand certain patterns along the way. And so I think that that's kind of like one big huge thing that's going on, especially with the twin flames and the soulmate connections and all of that. Is understanding and learning those and what they're really meant to do because we're supposed to become one with ourselves and then bring people along as long as because the energies will always match. You'll always match up. So the one thing that I have gotten to, like if people really feel like it's their twin or their soulmate and you guys are not in a connection, the best thing that you can do If that's what, because it's not my job to tell you whether or not that's true or not. That's up for you, because you and your guides are doing something and working on something. But the best thing that you could ever do is just turn it inward and work on yourself, because if you have a connection like that with somebody, it's going to trigger them to do the same work. If it's that deep like that, and it's entangled like that, then when you start to focus on yourself, it's going to trigger them to do the same thing. And then when the timing is correct, and if it's meant to, what is always meant for you will always find you. I know that there's the saying where missing the opportunity. No, I don't. Well, and that's just my opinion and what I believe. It could be different from others, but you'll never miss what's meant for you. What's meant for you will always be for you. The timing may be a little bit off, but eventually the timing will meet back up again. But it just, as long as you're doing the work and you're focusing and doing your inner work, then everything's going to work out. That's really what that feels like. I don't even know how we got on that conversation. That is so weird. How did that happen? But because it's he the fiery sword, which is the spiritual protection, the truth, all of that. So I don't know. That was weird. Wow. And then it's the clean slate. So somebody may want to have a clean slate. The slates might be clean, something like that, but it's direct communications with the fairies in this deck. So that's kind of what that feels like. And I don't even remember half of the stuff that I was saying. The message, I don't know. But I do know that things end up playing out and they end up being relevant. So um you might actually have a conversation like this later or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. So, but I guess I can leave that here and figure out a title, which now I don't even remember what I'm going to title it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And I've been saying that a lot lately too. But so I'll do that, and then I can't give a notification out as far as if I'm going to go live or not. I can't like pre-do it to where everybody's aware before I'm going to come on and do the questions portion. Maybe I'll just put out a post. So I'll do that for a notification like a half hour before I go live if I'm going to. Just because I need to settle the energy down. I got to do a salt bath. I think that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to relax in a salt bath for a little bit, and then I'll come back on a little later to do the questions and stuff. But I did want to make sure that I at least did a afternoon reading for you guys for a collective. So, but I'll put out a post, or I might just do a sneak attack and come live. I don't know yet, you guys, but I'll try and do something. So I thank you guys all so very much for coming in and watching the live. And I don't know, I hope it makes sense. But I'll see you guys in a few if I come back on. All right. See you guys later. Bye.